Hello everyone and welcome back to Gaul's Gaming. Today we are going to take a look at Asterix and Obelix, Slap Them All. This beat 'em up game wants to take you into the classic world of comic Gaul, where a single village resists the mighty Roman Empire and fill you up with all the nostalgia it can possibly muster. Whether it can deliver on its promise is the question we will try to answer today. Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All is available on Steam for €29.99 with your regional equivalent. Long before Rockstar and Bethesda found out that you can set your studio to milk a franchise for years upon years, there were brands that did it too. And honestly, nobody cared. It just happened naturally and there was no need for releases of the 5th special edition. They were so good at it that millions of people loved them all over the world. One of these brands was a small and big guy from Gaul, Asterix and Obelix. Comics, movies, toys, board games, plushies, you know the drill, but also games. And a lot of games recently came from the French studio Microids. And while they aren't getting a lot of critical praise or even being the bestsellers that they might wish for, it seems the demand for the adventures of that one village capable of defying the mighty Romans is still good enough, even in the second decade of the 21st century. The games that came before Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All were all different from the comic original. Whether it was because the technology wasn't just there yet, or even just the choice of the genre, it never felt like you were playing an addition to the original comic, or at least the famous animated movies. But usually, it was because of the graphics. So, Slap Them All went with a fully comic-like design and a genre you don't see that often today. A side-scrolling beat 'em up. Let's start by saying the important thing. There is actually nothing new when it comes to Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All. But that is the good part. The devs decided to take a step back, not looking to add a new element to the genre. Just take the pure action and simple fun that has been proven time by time, and it works great. In the 6 acts that each are separated into subchapters, you can play either as Asterix or Obelix, or even both in local multiplayer, just slapping the hell out of Romans just as we love. Helms, teeth, sandals are going to fly all over the screen alongside great humor and atmosphere. And if, like me, you grew up watching the animated movies, nostalgia will fill you up quicker than Obelix eats a wild boar. Combine this with the simple gameplay and the expected differentiation between the two characters, where Asterix can, for example, grab and spin his enemies, and Obelix's slabs just send Romans into the sky, and you can inherently addictive mix that doesn't want you to do anything than button mash and enjoy the ride. Asterix and Obelix comes with 2 main ways to play. Either the story mode or an arcade mode that will allow you to put your name on the leaderboard. This is one of the few flaws of Asterix and Obelix. The leaderboard is probably the only challenge you can expect. No matter what difficulty you set, the game is quite easy. Sadly, on one hand, but because the game is obviously meant for casual gaming, it is not actually that big of a deal. This all is helped by the fact that the gameplay works perfectly. Everything works well, the controls are responsive, and you never feel like there's nothing you could have done to avoid taking damage. This is especially great news for those of you who will want to use Slap Them All to introduce your own children into the magical world of Gaul heroes. The only technical problems come in the settings, which is really strange. I've read people having problems setting up different languages, resolutions, or even sound settings. But the biggest fault of Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All is probably going to sound very strange. Because the hand-drawn graphics are gorgeous, the music is awesome, the cutscenes and the atmosphere as a whole is fantastic. And playing the game itself is fun as heck. But just a single playthrough will most likely be more than enough. And this is such a shame. The game did have the potential to be so much more. When buying Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All, just don't expect the genre to be changed, or even aspirations to be the game of the year. It's all about just showing respect to the origin. So, in conclusion, Asterix and Obelix Slap Them All is actually quite a solid and fun beat 'em up. And you get to play it with your children and friends. Full of atmosphere and great visuals. I truly don't understand why it had to take so long before we got a game in the Asterix and Obelix franchise like this. But then, there's the price. 30 euros is just too much. But when you see it on a sale for about 15 or less, then it will be great value, and you should buy it then. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you do, please consider giving it a like here on YouTube, perhaps even consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, be sure to also leave a comment about how much you grew up with Asterix and Obelix, because I really love the movies, and it really does help the channel. See you guys later with more gaming content.